Hey everybody, this is Umbot Prime, and I'm getting ready for the next part of my Dark Souls 2 Let's Play. Um, Last time we left off at the very beginning of the game, and nobody really said anything so far about what I should do. Uh, so this is what I am gonna do, and I think this is a great idea for the start because I still want you guys to tell me, what do you want me to do? So I'm going to pick a depraved character, which means I'm going to have flat stats across the board, no real starting equipment, and it'll leave me a kind of a blank slate.
What seems to be the ruckus?
Oh my, your face. The face of the curse. It's an undead. An undead has come to play. They all end up here. All the ones like you. You spoke to that kind old dear, didn't you?
You're finished. You'll go hollow. Yes, you'll become one of them.
Hollows prey upon men, feast upon their souls. This is the fate of the cursed.
What is your name?
What's my name, you ask? What's my name? That's my name. That is like one of the standard typical names for my characters. Caladonis. Yeah, I'm sure of my name.
Oh, at least you know your own name. Here's your reward for sharing. It's a human effigy.
Take a closer look.
Who do you think it's supposed to be? Think back, deep into your past. Yes, it's an effigy of you.
Don't really look like me. It looks like a piece of... I don't even know what you would call this. Oh, alright. They're gonna be pretty... Yeah, this'll work. Thing is, these are all like... This is how I do face picking. I go to the random, I just kind of look for something that might be tolerable. Hell, that's actually not bad right there. I'll take it. Just because it's... I want to spend 1.5 million years. Alright, Caladonis has long hair. And that is the appropriate hair color as well. You're probably wondering, like, what are you basing this shit off of? Back in between the years of like 2004 and 2000 and I want to say 9 or 10, maybe a little bit longer than that. I played World of Warcraft. No big, not a big surprise to anybody, But for the longest time in that game, whenever I played, my main character for a long time was Caladonis. Um, However, I'm obviously not. I don't always follow the format of what he was in that game, though. Yeah, he doesn't have a huge. Actually, no. Caladonis has a stash, doesn't he? But I don't like that stash. That's kind of goofy. So I'll just do that. That works. That works right there. Easy, no fuss, no muss. Or, yeah, I think that's how that goes. We're not going to mess with too much. I just want to get into the game. Let's see. Just because I don't want to waste the starting gift, and I don't want items that could potentially help me too early on, like this I'm not going to use this for a long time. So I'll just do that. Caladonis, the Depraved.
All people come here for the same reason. To break the curse.
You're no different, I should think. Doesn't stand a chance.
Well, you never know. Go through the door and trot along to the kingdom. But remember, hold on to your souls. They're all that keep you from going hollow. Oh, I'll fool you no longer. You lose your souls. All of them. Over and over again.
Well, you know what? I don't like any of you either. Okay? You don't have to be mean about it. But yeah, they're mocking you. They're laughing at you because you're gonna die over and over again. And that probably will happen. So I'll keep the headpiece off. That way, this early in the game, especially playing Depraved, because I don't have weapons yet, it's very, I'm going to say this, it's not as difficult to go barehanded in this game as it would have been for anybody who had even attempted to do so in Dark Souls 1. There's just no way you could really be barehanded in Dark Souls 1 and make it really viable. It's not not recommended. I wouldn't. There are just some things you don't do, but here, as you can see, barehanding really isn't that terrible. You could even two-hand your hands, which is kind of weird. But it does more damage. So you cannot deny that the dual wield or two-handing your own fist will make you stronger. And it most certainly works. But one of the things that becomes a problem for a character like this early on is that, yeah, look at that. Even the backstab didn't fully kill him. But one of the problems with the deprive that we're going to have early in the game is that we're having next to nothing in weapons that we can even equip right now. Like, this weapon is definitely going to be equipped. And believe it or not, it's actually better as a one-handed weapon because it's faster. Two-handed, it's slower, and the damage it does really doesn't, like, skyrocket because it's a dex-based weapon, I think. So ultimately, this dagger is, well, shitty, but I'm gonna say this: I'm willing to go through game with daggers. I really am. This game is a lot easier to pick weapons and say, hey, I want to use this weapon, and you can actually do it. Whether it's easy or not, well, that's a very different story.
Give us smooth. Yes, you! Give us silky!
The crows. I forgot their name. Oh crap, I forgot to kick the ladder. Oops. Alright, let's go back. This is a must. Gotta do this. One thing that I really like doing in this game, especially because I don't really care too much for the Blue Sentinels Covenant group. And it's not that I don't want to PvP. In fact, I love PvPing in this game. A lot. You're gonna see me. I put lots of I think I'm gonna do some PvP videos for sure with this game. Definitely gonna do some PvP sessions. And I think everybody will like that. However, with that being said, the way I PvP is not going to be through the Blue Sentinels or anything to do with the Blue Sentinels. I do not know what we're going to do with this character. I can do anything. Literally anything. It could be a hexer if I wanted to be. And despite some people saying, hey, this game is so-so with this, like, don't do this, it's not as great. I'm not looking to do the best possible thing. I'm looking to do something that's fun. And fun means whatever's fun, And you gotta understand, I can have fun doing complicated things and doing more, like I could do a hex build. In fact, when I played this on PS3, I had a hexer, I had a faith pyromancer, actually the faith pyros and the hexer are one and the same, but plunging attack. But yeah. In 2 though, when I played for PS3 though, I've done pretty much, well, not everything, but but when it comes to like generalized builds, I've done a little bit of everything, and I don't even know why I came this way. There really isn't anything up here. I mean, if you had a bow or some kind of ranged weapon, which I don't think you can get a ranged anything in this early in the game, you could shoot that guy over there. And we gotta be careful. We don't have shit for items. We don't have shit for healing. Ugh, I don't know if my game's slowing down. It looks like the game's slowing down. I don't know if it's fraps doing that or what. I hope not, because it would be very bad. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, first of all, what I'm doing right now is not really even necessary. I only have one life gem. So I'm not going to bother going down there or anything. I'm not even going to fuck with the ogres. You notice I didn't bother with the first ogre. To be perfectly honest. Until I know what I'm going to do, I'm not even bother killing any of them yet. They're early souls, and I know for some people it's like they're easy souls. Hell, with enough time, yeah, sure. But I haven't played this in a while. I have played it recently, just because I'm doing this Let's Play. But I'm still rusty, and rusty is bad. Especially for somebody who doesn't know what they're going to do yet. But one thing is for certain, we need another weapon. Just because this one's not going to hold up being the only weapon that I even own. Shit. Trying to think. Where can I even get a different weapon right now? Besides the Morning Star. That's like the only weapon I can even think of. And I can't even equip that because it requires like 15 strength, I think. And 7 dex, I think. I could be wrong. It could be 12.5. But that might be the mace. In fact, that is the mace. I think 12.5 is the mace and 17.7, or 15, not 17. 15.7 is the Morning Star. And I think the Morning Star is a piece of shit weapon, honestly. I've used it as a means to an end. But it's very, I don't know, not reliable in the long run. Yeah, 15.7. And you know what's sad? The mace is better. And it has lower requirements. And what's worse, I think the Morning Star, I almost want to say that's a weapon that they throw it in the game, but because it's always in the beginning area of wherever, whatever you're playing 1 or 2, it's very shitty. It's like they don't like the weapon personally, so they do that. I can understand, I guess, if you have some sort of like adverse, like your dad had a Morning Star and he would use it on you every once in a while when he got drunk. It sounds weird, but today's day and age, man. Today's day and age. Alright, I'm gonna listen to this guy really quick.
Hello there. Welcome to my shop. I'm Morlin, and I sell armor. Oh, sorry, Please do have a look at my wares. I could really use the business. If you'd be so kind. I came from the west, from Volgan. Have you been there? It's a lively place, vibrant with trade. Very competitive, of course. And you have to grease the wheels to get anywhere. But I didn't have the funding for that, so I left home in hopes of striking gold. It's been years since then, and I've made very little headway. I don't even know why I'm still here. Everything's all run down and dying. It's terrible for business, really. A group calling themselves the Blue Sentinels have gained much power in Volgan. You can't even run a shop without their blessing. They claim to be working for the greater good, but it's absolute hogwash. By the gods, why the hell am I here? Well, I do hope I see you again.
No, you will. You will. Many times over, in fact. I'm pretty sure we will be visiting you for several reasons throughout the game, depending on what I'm doing. Depending greatly. Oh, and because of that dependency, we probably won't go too far beyond this point. We'll probably talk to everybody, get a few things in the area. Let's talk to Shaqua.
Oh, undead are we? And one without much time remaining. Just about ready to fall apart, I'd say. Not exactly the time to be chatting with a cat. Well, suit yourself. Oh yes, you may call me Shaqua. Enchanté. So, what did you want anyway? Ooh, you smell wonderful.
You smell wonderful. I'm gonna mute my mic while this is going on.
This place is already dead. Everything will crumble and waste away so that something new may be born. Isn't it what? This place is fascinating. We receive only the most peculiar visitors. Folk like yourself. It's enough to keep even a cat amused. Are you going to see the old ones? Those four who have grown so incredibly ancient. They must have sprouted quite a thick coat of moss by now. For heaven's sake, no one even knows their names anymore. Imagine that. Yes, nothing like yourself. For you have a most pleasant scent that grows nicer with each passing day. Have you made friends with the man by the sea? He's lost everything. Absolutely everything. The only thing he's good for now is a few tidbits on covenants. Covenants are a type of, well, contract, you might say. You give something to gain something. That's the way humans like it, right? It might be just the thing you need. But what does a cat know? Did you see that oddly formed rock behind here? Long ago they called it Victor Stone, as I recall. If you wish to face greater challenges, speak to the rock. Although, you'd just as well not. This place is already dead. Everything will crumble and waste away so that something new may be born. Isn't it wonderful? This place is fascinating. We receive only the most peculiar visitors. It's enough to keep even a cat amused.
Alright. Sorry about that. I cough every once in a while.
Oh my. Haste makes waste.
Forgot about that. I walked away from the little venue. I get these coughing fits every once in a while. And they get pretty bad. So I muted the mic for that because I felt it coming on, and I think it would have been best not to have to deal with that while you're listening to Shaqua. But what she was talking about there, just give me a minute. Well, I'll talk about it while I'm waiting here. But Shaqua was talking about several interesting factoids here. You know, passing travelers like myself implying that there's been many people like me here. Uh, the ancient ones four ancient ones, nobody even knows their names. Interesting, I think, because there's a couple different things you can mean by that. Besides implying one thing. And I'm just gonna go out and say, I think this is Lordran. Who knows how long into the future, though? Like, what period of time of Lordran? It's obviously not Lordran anymore. It's Dranglike now. But as we go through the game, I think you'll understand. I think you'll get it. We'll talk to various characters. But let's go down here and get this shield. So many items. But she also talked about Salden, or Crestfallen Bro, as some people call him, as I like to call him, because it's pretty much who he is. Crestfallen Bro, he lost everything, and he's only good for one thing, covenants. Specifically, he's good for joining a covenant. And he has tidbits on that covenant specifically, I think. That's essentially what she's talking about with Salden. It's funny, though, because she's actually the person you go to, though, should you want to manage your covenants. It's like she has like if you want to leave your covenant, but you don't want to join another to leave it, you just want to leave it. You go to her. Oh, can I make it? Yeah, cool. I just wanted to get that. I don't think I'll use any of this stuff. I mean, if I use the shield, maybe, I'm just grabbing it because I don't know what I'm going to do yet still, but still. I do that. I repeat myself. I stop mid-sentence sometimes. And I apologize. I get distracted. I'm playing the game. I'm talking at the same time. Sometimes I'm thinking about something and then I get distracted. I'm sorry. I apologize for any time I've done it before, any time I'm going to do it. I apologize. Alright, let's talk to Lennon Krast here.
Who are you? Oh, it doesn't matter. Just help me open this door. I packed my tools in here, seeing it was vacant. But now somebody's gone and locked the door. I'm a blacksmith. I'm nothing without my tools. Bring me that key. Chop chop. I'm a blacksmith. Bring me that...
Yeah. Bring me that key. Chop chop. He's rude. That's for sure. But it's okay because he's one of the more useful NPCs in this area. Let's talk to Solomon.
You're undead, aren't you? You have that distinct scent, the smell of irreversible fate. This is Majula. It is a kind of settlement, a place where life is almost normal. And in Dranglake these days, there are very few places like that. I am Salden. And like you, I lost everything. And now I'm here. You probably heard that it was possible to break the curse here. Well, that's not true at all. There's nothing here for you, me, or anybody. Do you know much about souls? Even I'm not certain, but I'm told that the soul is the essence of life itself. Anything living sentient or no, supposedly has one. What we call the curse is traceable to the soul. Do you see what that means? To be alive, to walk this earth, that's the real curse, right there. We undead will never die. And that's quite a predicament, really. There are 4 beings in this land with giant souls. And wherever you go from here, you'll sooner or later come up against them. Each has a powerful soul and a terrible curse. If that frightens you, then you ought to just give up right now, like I have. Do you ever cry out for help? The journey of an undead is long and treacherous. You'll face invaders from other worlds at every turn. If you need help, why not proclaim faith in the Blue Sentinels? When you face danger, the Blue Sentinels will come to your aid. Protection is yours, if you wish. You need only accept their kind embrace. That is a wise decision. People are weak, but the Blue Sentinels watch over us in their benevolence. Let the Sentinels cradle you in their embrace. Do you feel lonely here? It suits me just fine, as I've nothing left anyway. It will grow on you, this place. Give it some time. Do you see the way beyond the bonfire? That will take you to the forest of the giants. There was once a great fort, but little of it remains. You may just find something there that will be of use on your journey. But don't venture too far inside, or you might not come back. Hade's Tower of Flame lies beyond the far gate. In the cathedral, the Apostles of Blue gather. But the road leading there is perilous. The gate is rigged with some contraption. But how it works, I just don't know. Have you seen that pit, that gaping hole in the earth? I don't know what it's like down below, but I wouldn't suggest trying to find out. Besides, you'll never make it down there, not without a ladder of some sort. The flame you see there is a bonfire. They exist all across the land, beacons to we undead. If you are tired, try resting beside the flame. The flame heals us. Long ago, a woman called a firekeeper watched over each bonfire. She kept the flame lit and guarded it from those who would extinguish it. I wonder where the firekeepers went. Did you notice any letters on the ground on the way here? These are messages that have jumped the fissures between worlds. In Drang Lake, the flow of time is convoluted. Things shift and waver, twist and turn. Poignant wishes, dashed dreams. The messages convey are very inner thoughts. If your will to soldier on falters, try leaving a message. Somebody out there is sure to listen. You may notice symbols that appear upon the ground. These are summon signatures. They call upon spirits from other worlds through the schisms in time. If you fear hollows, find summon signatures to call upon spirits to help you. Do you see the way beyond you? But don't. May you find peace on your journey.
All right. We could also call him Tutorial Bro, because he's basically just gave us the rundown of the immediate area and a little bit about, like, you know, if you're paying attention, of course, a little bit about, like, messages on the ground. There was a couple over here. I saw them, but you'll see them on the ground. Summon signatures, summon signs, stuff like that. I joined the Covenant, wave the blue, purposely just for this ring, and just cause we're gonna listen to her and get stuff from her, and then when that's all done, we're probably gonna call it there. So here we go.
Are you the next monarch? Or merely a pawn of fate? Bearer of the curse, I will remain by your side till this frail hope shatters. Take this with you. May it ease your journey. Go on and see the king. He who made Drangleic what it once was. He who peered at the essence of the soul. King Vendrick. Bearer of the curse, seek misery. For misery will lead you to greater, stronger souls. You will never meet the king with a soul so frail and pallid. Seek those whose names are unutterable, the four endowed with immense souls. Their souls will serve as beacons. Once you have found them, return here to me, so that hope will not fade away. Is that a shard you found? Here, let me see it, so that I may help you. To see light, to see hope, however faint it might be.
Do this really quick while I'm thinking about it. Don't want to forget. Estus flask upgrades, very important.
Over the hill and past the forest is the king's castle, where a man peered straight into the essence of the soul. But whatever came of it? Those who come to Drangleic seeking salvation soon lose hope and turn hollow. It happens to them all, sooner or later. That blue knight at the base of the tower, his spirit is already broken. Although he does offer sound advice. Perhaps he is a foreshadowing of your own future. That tiny thing inside the ruins. An ancient being that will mock your very existence. She imparts sound wisdom, provided you find her on a good day. The sign you bear will drain your very souls. And without souls, you will turn hollow. Stay strong. Do not lose hope. Even when you have precious little time. For when the undead dies, it is never truly dead. but only one step closer to hollowing. Not all undead are hollows, but all hollows were once undead. If you find an Estus shard, bring it to me, so that I may ease your burden. Over the hill and past the forest is the king's castle, where a man peered straight at whatever.
Alright, she also reminded me we're going to do one more thing. And I'm sure some of you are thinking, why didn't you talk to him earlier? We gotta talk to Benhart. That's okay. It won't take long. He's only got like a line or two. Yeah, she talks about the 4 unmentionable ones or whatever. You know, basically, nobody knows their names, or they've been forgotten, or nobody wants to mention their names because they're just that bad. And yes, the 4 names could very well refer to... Well, hold on. Let's talk to Ben Hart. We'll continue that.
Have you business with me? The way yonder is all blocked up, you see, by this god-awful statue. Heavens above! Who thought it a good idea to put it there? Oh, I'm in quite the pickle now. See that statue? Gives me the willies. You stare at it for long enough, it starts to look alive. It just doesn't seem quite right. There are no craftsmen round these parts. Hey, you don't think a real-life person was turned to stone, do you? See that statue? Hey.
You don't think, huh? A statue. A real-life person turned to stone. It was a very peculiar statue here, and so oddly placed. Look, its hand is even wrapped around the handle. What craftsmanship. But the 4 old ones, the innameable ones, and they do have names. However, what name we're talking about here could vary, because I don't want to get too much into it just now, because we'll get into it more, because there's definitely going to be times in the game where there's probably going to be at the least one of the old one bosses. We're going to use an aesthetic to respawn him and fight him at some point. I don't know which one. I don't know what one I want to do that with yet. Whether, you know, because there's a several really good choices, and you know, it really depends on what we want to do with the character, honestly, because that's going to make all the difference. If we're going to go sorcery, then yeah, we're probably going to want to use it on like the Duke's Dear Freya, or we're going to use it, you know, if we're not going sorcery, but like say, I don't know, pyromancy, but we're going to use pyromancy, then we might want to use it on the Lost Sinner. But like I said, we'll get more into that later. But the thing is that these bosses, they have names in the game, like the Old Iron King, the Lost Sinner, stuff like that. However, the names that these characters are referring to are probably the characters, or the boss's true names. And there's item descriptions that actually secrets have these true names in them about, you know, like, for example, if you beat the old Iron King on, you know, with a bonfire ascetic, you know, so this will be your second time killing him, he'll give you a second soul. And that soul is, well, again, you don't want to spoil it. You know, some people probably already know. Like, oh my God, we already know whose soul it is. It's not like it's a secret, and it's not. But but that there could also be applying the name of the soul that you're talking about getting. Remember, like you said, why would you get two souls from one being? You know, great souls. And there's, you know, there's speculation. It all fits into that whole thing. I think this place is Lord Ring. There's lots of other stuff that that in this game that points to that notion. My friend Zach, he even pointed out that if you look off into that distance, right above my character's head there, you can see aqueducts. Is that possible that those are the same aqueducts or similar aqueducts to the, you know what, now that I think about that, that isn't the aqueducts. Derp. I think back in a ways he said that. I think those are the aqueducts, but then now that I'm thinking about it, that's not the aqueducts. That's the bridge that goes to, up there, I think. Or is it not? No, those might be the aqueducts. I don't know. I don't know. Can somebody tell me what that is? Maybe. I don't know. That'd be cool. Well, anyways, we're going to end the video here. So, thanks for watching.